What is your reaction to the news yesterday about Pete Rose?
It's not positive. I think it's a bad precedent to set, and I just feel like it was not the right thing to do. I just we're gonna dig into this right at the open of foul territory, but you said you were pissed off. To me, as a former player, there is just so much more to this,
Hmm.
and the biggest thing you can't do, the biggest thing you can't have happen, is you can't bet on baseball if you're a player or you're involved in it because you have too much part, you have too big of a part in the outcome of the game, especially when you're the manager of a team. So we're going to dig into it a lot, but I'm just going to say this. I was not a fan of him being reinstated. I've said that publicly numerous times, and people can get mad at me all they want. But as someone that played and knows Article 21 and this and that, he, I don't know. And he never said he was sorry too. Like, right. Like he kind of was like, I did it, but, yeah, whatever. I'll keep signing cards on it just, I don't know. I don't love the precedent we set with this.
People that go back to, well, he only bet on them to win. How many times has he been proven to be a liar? Like,
How do
so
we
we're
know
going to
that?
take,
That's what,
yeah,
how do we, so that makes it okay?
yeah,
So,
I
but
know,
then
I know.
did he bet on him every game to win? Because what about the games he didn't bet on to win? Does that mean he didn't believe in his team to win that day? That it opens
Right.
a whole can of worms, right? So I don't
Uh-huh.
know. It's going to be it already such a divide. I have friends that are from Cincinnati already calling me like, oh, Pete's in, and I'm like, whoa, 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 let's calm down here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, so give us the player perspective too, because it's a strange time when you have legalization of sports betting. We're, powered by BetMGM. You have your sponsors as well. You're a BetMGM show. And you look around the stadium and you see sportsbook this. They got sportsbooks inside the stadiums. So they're taking their money, but then they also have the stance on gambling. As a player, what are you told? Do they still have signs up inside the clubhouses? Can you kind of bring people
Oh,
into that?
so yes, you have to. Every year they come in and they read Article 21, which is the thing that Pete Rose got banned for baseball from. Can't bet on baseball. Can't be associated with people betting on baseball. Just don't do anything gambling wise on baseball, right? And you have to sign it. You have to sign a little sheet that says I was read this and I heard this, and I know if I'm caught, then I am banned from baseball permanently. I don't know where the lifetime thing came in, but it was always permanently banned, is what I was always told. So and that was the deterrent was, hey, if I do this, I could lose my job, I could lose my paycheck, I could be, I wasn't good enough to go into the Hall of Fame, but if I was ever good enough to go in the Hall of Fame, I could lose that opportunity. And now that's kind of all just taken away, right? Because hey, well, I couldn't go in when I was living, but my family will get to celebrate it, and the fact that I'm in, I don't know. But yes, you have to sign it. They read it to you every spring training, and you have to sign the paper saying you acknowledged it, and it's posted everywhere in a big league. If you go into a big league clubhouse, it's like it's a huge poster on a wall. It says Article 21, do not bet on baseball. So it's not like nobody knew about this rule. The rule's been there forever, and you have to acknowledge it.
I hated to see the Rob Manfred announcement yesterday. It was exactly what we all expected would happen one day, but I didn't know it was going to come this soon after Pete Rose's death. And it wasn't just Pete Rose, it was a total of 16 players, including shoeless Joe Jackson. They are removed from the ineligible list for the Hall of Fame. It doesn't mean they're going in, but they are now eligible to go into the Hall of Fame. And this is something that Pete Rose went on record many times and talked about. He said, look, if it's going to happen, let it happen while I'm here to enjoy it. When me and my family can enjoy that moment, don't do it after I'm dead. Baseball's doing it now that he's dead. And they're using it to involve the Black Sox scandal as well. The World Series that was completely fixed by shoeless Joe Jackson, and many others that were on this ineligible list, like all-time pitchers like Eddie Seacott, a number of other recognizable names. The day has come where Major League Baseball has finally said, okay, now you're eligible for the Hall of Fame. But of course, it happened after Pete Rose died.
I am not surprised one bit, but it pisses me off. I
Mm-hmm.
met Pete a couple years back in Vegas, and he was, I don't want to say whittling away, but you could tell his best years were way behind him. and he just looked like a guy without a purpose. Like all he wanted was to get into the Hall of Fame. And I think a lot of people were singing the same song here. Once he goes, they'll put him in. And you hate to even think about that it's a possibility. But he passed away at the end of September last year. It hasn't even been a year. The body is still cold. And now you want to put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame? It's messed up, man. They never wanted him to experience it, ever. They didn't want him to go in there. They didn't want him to see his plaque or his bust or whatever they're going to give him if he gets in. That's another conversation. Does he get the traditional Hall of Fame, deal or not? I don't know. What's next? When does Barry Bonds get the green light? I mean,
you think he gets voted
next?
in? How about first things first?
Oh, yeah.
You think he gets voted? You think it's a definite?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So you don't think so?
I don't know how these voters feel. I have no idea. There might be some that don't like him personally and will hold that against him. See, and I'm not someone that was banging my fist on the table saying, let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. I was kind of torn on it. And
same.
And there were a lot of things that have come out and that have still come out in recent years that I didn't love. And I'm just like, you know what? And for so many people to come out here and say, well, he only bet on his team. Like even Trump has come out and done that recently. He only bet on his team. Are you sure? Because I've seen enough. I've been around this story long enough. We all have to know that we should not trust Pete Rose. Whatever he's saying, he's not giving you the 100% truth. So I don't even know that it was just him betting on his team. I just hate how Major League Baseball did this, and it is Rob Manfred trying to curry favor with certain fan bases.